Hey, what's going on, guys? I can see that mouse and keyboard problem.
spotted a hostile helicopter due north of your position.
Oh, I knew I would. Oh, got a dune buggy. Trying to get out of there. How was I supposed to? That's something I miss about the old. That sort.
We've just taken control of objective Echo. Enemy chopper east of your position. Objective Charlie has been lost.
Come on, man. Yeah, I think I just needed. Battlefield. Oh,
Objective Alpha. Objective Bravo is neutralized. We've just taken Objective Bravo. I've spotted a hostile boat. Need to your position. Echo has been compromised.
I didn't mean.
Have eyes on a hostile helicopter to your east. Spotted an enemy sniper to west of your crew.
Damn.
Objective Echo is under our control.
Oh no. I was not. Oh, come on. He was low.
is neutralized. Heads up! Enemy machine gunner north of your location! We now control objective Charlie. Personnel have been spotted operating to your south.
Let's see.
Listen up. There's an enemy machine gun south of your location.
Flashman.
Alpha has been neutralized. There appears to be an enemy sniper located north of your pause. Objective Bravo is under our control. We lost objective Charlie. I've got a visual on an enemy machine gunner located north of your position. We've just taken objective Echo. Objective Alpha is neutralized.
Here's your ammo!
Going for.
neutralized. Listen up. Spotted a hostile soldier due east of your location.
Guys, what's going on? Guys, for a watch. You're playing some Battlefield. Getting ready for Battlefields. Also growing our community. Ready.
Objective Alpha has been neutralized.
Can't stay here. Can't stay here.
AT personnel have been located south of your location.
Yeah.
Objective Echo has just been lost.
Heard me.
Objective Alpha is now ours. There's an enemy boat east of your location.
Here. Oh god, that just made. Give me some ungood.
I have eyes on a hostile AT soldier south of your current location.
Woo. Follow this guy. I'm gonna follow this squad actually.
Objective Echo has just been neutralized. Objective Delta is now under our control.
Oh no way! He just really one-tapped me. Got a storm coming in. Hot damn, look at these.
Objective Echo has been neutralized.
Oh, he got me. I was just sitting.
We just neutralized objective Alpha. I need a mechanic!
Oh, come on. How does he? How does he? How did?
Neutralized.
What?
Suspect compromised. We've taken objective Bravo.
Oh, no fucking way. Come on. Not that bad.
Objective Alpha has been neutralized.
Hell out of here. I gotta get the hell out of here. Oh, come on.
Objective Echo is now neutralized. sniper south of your location. I have eyes on an enemy machine gunner south of your location.
Yeah. I probably did shit again, but get me see him again.
Objective Bravo is now ours.
Moments like this, standing still for a second is good. I thought there was someone on the gun, not. Wouldn't have done.
Eyes on hostile units. Your location.
Oh, okay. Guys, just move Call of Duty.
Echo has been neutralized. We've just taken control of objective Echo. Там снайпер слева! Слева снайпер! We've lost objective Echo. Hostile UAV spotted. Take it down.
No fucking way. What?
Objective Delta neutralized. We neutralized objective Delta.
Come on.
Hostile missile inbound. I say again. Hostile missile inbound. Objective Echo is neutralized. Colonel Mechanic, take a look at my right, please. There appears to be a machine gunner north of your current location. Listen up, man. We have control of objective Echo.
Oh, where the fuck?
just bagged someone as an HVT. Neutralized objective Alpha. North of your position. I've spotted an enemy machine gunner. I advise a hostile sniper. We've just lost objective Delta. All squads, enemy missile incoming.
Бросаю гранату!
Someone just got marked as an HVT by the enemy commander. I've located a hostile AA west of your position.
Oh, come on. Little spree.
Enemy anti-aircraft just west of your current location. Thanks.
Oh, now they. Oh, I didn't even. I was trying to flank these other group of guys I seen. Aye. Yours aren't long. I couldn't see it. Not gonna lie to you. I was just running my life.
Attack this objective.
They're getting our doonies clapped. How did it even us? Our guys were just
Now control objective Delta. North leader position. Hostile enemy sniper.
oh, come on, you bastard. I was coming to
Objective Charlie has been lost. All right, next. There's enemy sniper.
hard flint.
Sniper, south of where you are. All ground lines, comms and network are back online.
dumb place for me to kind of run out about it.
Enemy LEV. Listen up, we lost objective Alpha.
Bastard.
There's enemy sniper north of your position. Attack this objective. Enemy helicopter east of your current position. Listen up! I spotted a hostile sniper! Hostile sniper just west of where you are! You've taken objective Charlie. There's a hostile AT soldier east of your location. Objective Echo is lost. Be advised, hostile commander tagged a soldier in our team as an HVT, high value target.
It's a good match right here.
We've lost objective Bravo.
What? Oh, the game was so close. We're gonna.
Be advised, people, enemy commander back up.
Oh, I didn't even see him. Didn't even see him. Oh, I tried. That was odd. Battle.
Reference your map on HVT. We have neutralized objective Charlie. Be advised, found commander target from Dynamic weapon HVT. I've now taken objective Charlie.
Вот тебе медпакет!
We've lost objective Alpha.
No. Gonna try and get one more. Start doing the other half of the live stream. Defeat. Loss. That was if I could use my I'll figure that out after. Let's do it.
We have taken objective Bravo. Heads up, enemy helicopter due west of your position.
Grenade out!
We have taken objective Charlie. Have a visual on a light armored vehicle operating to your west. I'm on for the hostile boat. Hostile boat west of the enemy. We have neutralized objective Charlie.
Maybe if I just stand still. Oh, come on. No way he just seen like that.
Hostile missile has been launched. There appears to be an enemy helicopter operating north of your current bomb. Hostile vehicle operating north of your position.
Damn, come on, man. I was trying to get this guy in the fucking focusing on.
Hostile missile
Look, we're taking a long way.
Objective Echo has been neutralized. We're taking objective Echo. Enemy machine gunners operating north of your location. Squad, be advised. You just got yourselves a promotion. We've neutralized objective Delta.
That's right.
Just took objective Delta. Have eyes on an enemy HC force just east of your location. Be advised, enemy missile inbound. Looks like there's some AT personnel operating to your south.
I didn't even see it. Yeah. I've scope. I tried.
Check your area. Recent sign just came in.
No fucking way. What? That's odd. I can't get my shots off fast enough. Okay, we ball. Leave me alone. What? I just don't got it in me like I used to.
Hey, good job!
I didn't hit him once. I didn't hit him.
Soldier just got tagged as HCT by the enemy. I can confirm objective Echo is now neutralized. Much obliged!
Ah. No heals? No.
An enemy sniper is operating somewhere to your west. Objective Charlie is ours. Listen up. There's eyes on a hostile AT soldier west of your location. Be advised, man. Enemy commander has designated a high-value target. We just lost objective Echo.
Oof.
Thanks, much appreciated.
It can't.
Second best enemy aircraft operating to your east.
Fuck that, I ain't.
We have first seen enemy boat north of your location. They marked one of our people as an HVG. Anti-tank personnel have been spotted operating to the west. Hold your position. Missile inbound. Enemy plane has been sighted north of your involved. Attention! Spotted enemy LAV due north of your location. Advise this guy drone.
Watch your back! Cover your arm! Infantry coming towards us!
Our network just got hacked. Comms are going down briefly. Objective Delta has been neutralized. Objective Delta
What am I
is
doing?
under our control.
There's your ammo!
I rise on a hostile AT soldier just north of your position. Enemy just tagged someone as an HVG.
I think we got the win. Hey,
Enemy AT has been spotted due north of where you're at.
That was a nice little spot for me right there. Not in a bad spot, but I'm also not really wanting to die out there.
Objective Echo has just been neutralized. There's an enemy plane east of your position. Objective Echo.
Nice. That was a pretty good game. That was fun for art. Drama right now. Outside of that, let's see.
We're just round.
You don't have to be a VIP to get more than just savings with Geico. Every customer gets 24/7 fast-friendly claim support.
Could I get a picture?
Yeah, it's not like you run into animals.
Watch these videos.
Stop. It's just the pug.
Shout out to
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Game Rank.
Dude, Artemis is probably one of my favorite too. Like that crow vibe with the sniper is wicked. You got like someone else like this dude, which is Ajax, who is the character in itself is a dude riding a massive dragon. No, they're not even separated characters. We got Lucius over here, a sick looking hunter dude with the crow.
Hey, maybe you're just looking to get caught up. Things slip through the cracks in the gaming news world. So today, we're just rounding up 20 cool new games that have been announced. Not all of them have release dates, those are subject to change, but these are definitely some things maybe to look forward to. We got a really diverse lineup of games here. Big AAA games, weird indie experiments, middle AA games. There's something for everyone here, so we just wanted to chat. 20 games, so like I said, let's get started off with number 20. Darksiders 4 has been announced. Yeah. Have you heard about this? This is pretty sweet.
Darksiders?
Unfortunately, not really a lot of information other than a pretty vague teaser trailer that just teases the original character returning, War, which I think is very cool.
Oh, okay.
Form for the series, we don't know, but it's been quite some time.
I remember
since
those
Darksiders
games.
3, which I don't think was the best game in the series, but this may be a return to form. A lot of people.
I remember
kind
people
of,
were upset
guessing
character
that
change.
from what the trailer implies. It's Gunfire Games, the people behind the franchise, and that's good. The series feels like it's in good hands at this point. Like I said, no release date yet. At the time of recording this video, it was just announced, but a Steam page is live, so it is definitely real. But as of right now, we're just going to keep looking forward to this one because this series just has so much potential. Despite there being ups and downs, it's just got, typically really fun game design, cool characters, great art direction, and it's just an old-fashioned video game. Next, over at number 19, we have Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival. This is actually from the studio behind Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2, Saber Interactive. And to be honest, they've had a lot of hits recently. So for them to take on this classic horror franchise, that's pretty sweet. It also doesn't seem like they're half-assing it. This is a first-person survival horror adventure that looks like it's got all the elements of Hellraiser. Of course, the mysterious cube, Pinhead himself, tons of gore, pain, and pleasure. All those elements here are on full display, so we're excited to see how this goes. If they can keep all of those cool, iconic horror elements, but also just make a genuinely good first-person survival horror game, this could be one to watch.
This looks like it could also be like VR.
Here's completely, yes, that pun was intentional. This is Car Park Capital. What is this? Well, it's a car park simulator, straight up. No, it's not simulating you parking the cars. It's you owning parking lots. What a fantasy, am I right? It seems like a pretty profitable thing, though, because that's what this game is all about. Building parking lots, charging different fees for people to park, managing these things, and profiting. In my personal opinion, it's a pretty boring idea, but the trailer actually has a lot of character to it, a lot of personality to it. It's tongue-in-cheek, it gets it, it's making fun of it, so they could have something on their hands here. Car Park Capital is apparently coming to PC soon. Next, over at number 17, we have Sacred 2 Remaster. That's the title. They're just calling it straight up Sacred 2 Remaster. This is a remaster of the 2008 top-down action RPG, and it looks like it's retaining all the charm. The visual style, yes, is remastered, but it still, to me, kind of looks and feels like a game from 2008. It was in the heyday of the PC, PS3.
Oh, what if they
Xbox
did
360
fucking
days, and Sacred 2 was
RuneScape like
definitely
that?
something. It found an audience, and I'm curious to see if it can actually find a new audience in 2025. With the mainstream success of a lot of recent PC RPGs of all different kinds, Baldur's Gate 3, Pillars of Eternity, Path of Exile, I think Sacred 2 might definitely be for some people. You got 6 hero characters, a bunch of loot, and hacking and slashing. No release date yet, other than just coming soon.
Just a
Next, over number 16, we have Solo Leveling Karma. This is, of course, based on the beloved anime, and this is a roguelite action RPG, all set in this now famous universe. It's top-down action, and it's for PC and mobile. It definitely looks a little bit more on the mobile side, but we figured we'd mention it because we know a lot of people out there do love solo leveling. So, yeah. Can it be a Hades-style solo leveling game? Here's hoping.
Come on. Hello, if you guys are watching here, chatting around, watching some
Now, number
videos,
15,
checking.
something totally different. It's Battlefield
Growing the
6. Battlefield 6 was recently announced. It's coming into open beta soon, and having gotten our hands on a preview, work in progress version of the game, it is shaping up to be pretty
Oh,
cool.
I can play it.
It's definitely a return to form, very much feeling like Battlefield 3 and 4.
I was enjoying
A lot of
Battlefield.
people, or one of the highlights of this series. Traditional boots on the ground combat, class-based systems, and of course, tons of destruction.
Ready to try this.
Now, it's shaping up to be pretty cool. We came away pretty positive, but we don't know, essentially, the full content offering, the state of servers at launch, and how EA is going to add some extra monetization or microtransactions. There's always a tendency to screw those things up, but for now, we're remaining cautiously optimistic, and we're looking forward to getting our hands on the open beta, but also the full game when it releases in October. Next, over number 14, we have Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. Honestly, I know it just seems like a simple remake, remaster, but in all honesty, I think it's nice to see Plants vs. Zombies in 2025. At this point, it's like a comfort food. From the developers, this is the classic gameplay style with enhancements for the modern era. And I'm not gonna lie, it does look pretty gorgeous. The sprites, the animation, the backdrops, it's just all really vibrant.
Badass. I didn't know
This
that.
is what I imagined the game, the original.
Or you know, I
was
guess.
in my head, playing it on my little low-res phone back in the day. Obviously, Plants vs. Zombies has grown so beyond this, but to see the original game return with such love is pretty sweet. And speaking of zombies, it's launching just in time for spooky season.
Loving these newer graphics that they got for the
Next up, number 13,
videos. I don't
we have
why they just don't
Field
do that.
High Rock the School. Now, despite the really awkward, frankly, kind of bad title, this is a good idea for a game. The developers here, seemingly a very small team, this looks like a bit more of an indie project. They've apparently heard the people begging for a new bully game and decided to make one themselves. This game looks like it's just a high school simulator. You run around, you do pranks, you get in fights, get in hijinks, go to classes, and it's set in kind of like the early 2000s, so it's giving it a distinct identity. This has a lot of potential. All we really have is this trailer that has already been making people pretty excited, but I'm waiting to see more. Still, I think it's a cool idea, and it could really fill a void, a weird kind of open school gameplay void that people have been looking for a while now, and it's set to release in early 2026. Next, over at number 12, Shark Dentist. You ever hear an idea for a game and just go, yeah, all right, cool, I know what that is. That's Shark Dentist. It is exactly what you think it is, and that's refreshing. It's a game where you look at sharks in first person and you perform dental surgery of all kinds. You're looking into these massive mouths and using all types of medical tools and power tools to help these sharks out. But it's got a bit of a grimdark tone to it, and apparently there's a big element of danger. According to the way it's been described, balance tactics, luck, and limited resources to heal your patient without losing your life. Because, of course, spending time in a shark's mouth is probably pretty dangerous. This is from a smaller studio. We don't know too much about their history, but the game is being run as a simulation, which I think is pretty fun. No release date yet, but they are encouraging playtest signups. Next, over at number 11, we have SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide. With the resurgence of popularity with SpongeBob, with the re-release of Battle for Bikini Bottom, now they're giving us a whole new title, a platforming adventure featuring SpongeBob and Patrick, and you're going to be able to swap between them on the fly and combine abilities and just combat and platform through this pretty compelling world. It's essentially King Neptune versus Flying Dutchman, and you're caught in the middle of it. You know, someone who watched SpongeBob for many years, just looking at this, you know, the reveal and everything, it actually looks like some unique adventuring for SpongeBob and Patrick. And I think this far along, for it to feel that way, is pretty impressive. No release date yet, but this could be some good, you know, clean, simple, family-friendly fun. Next, over at number 10, we have Wanderberg. If you watch the Friday news show we do here on Game Ranks every Friday, you probably remember us mentioning this one. This is just a really cool idea. This is a minimalist open-world action roguelike where you drive around on these mobile castles that are fit for battle. It's essentially you going around battling other mobile castles, gathering resources to try and make your big castle bigger and bigger. It's a simple but really cool idea, and I hope they see it through. I just think it has a lot of potential, right? Like, castle tanks are cool, castle tank battles are really cool. It's just, you know, it could definitely be something. As of right now, it's slated for 2026.
Oh, that looks so
Next, over at number 9, we have Beneath. Now, this is billed as a Lovecraftian first-person survival horror adventure. You're this diver that goes down into this nightmarish base, and you're fighting off the horrors of the abyss. And how are you doing that? You're shooting them with guns. Honestly, to me, this game kind of gives me the vibe of like a spiritual successor to Fear, in just that style of shooting, dark atmosphere, but now with Lovecraftian elements. I don't know. This could be really cool. If you're looking for a good, moody first-person shooter, this might be it. No release date other than on their Steam listing, it says 2025. Next, over at number 8, we have Octopath Traveler 0. This is a new Octopath Traveler game, and it's you creating a character and setting out after your town burns down. And not only are you out there adventuring, doing Octopath Traveler style RPG stuff with a charming party, but you're also building a town. And I love that. I think JRPG town building is an incredibly underrated feature. And when games nail it, it is perfect. So for Octopath Traveler to take that on, right? Like with that art style, that vibe, this could be kick-ass. It's slated for all the platforms, and it's releasing in December. Next, over at number 7, Once Upon a Katamari. It's been a long time since we've gotten a new full-on Katamari game, and man, this looks awesome. It looks like Katamari, pretty much what you'd expect. You'll roll around, you run stuff over, you collect stuff, you get bigger. But in new settings, with new features, new story, and a lot more customization, as well as a new multiplayer mode. If you've seen the trailer for this and you think, huh, this looks pretty weird, you should definitely check out the original Katamari Damacy just to kind of get built up for this one, because man, these games, I know they look weird on the surface, but like they are weird, but they're also incredible.
I remember the trailer for the first one.
Once Upon a Katamari
That was
continues that when it releases October 24th. Next, over at number 6, we have Alien Rogue Incursion. What was once slated as just an alien-themed VR game now is a full-on first-person alien game. It's not quite Alien Isolation. It looks like they're doing something a little bit different, but it looks like it could potentially be pretty cool. You're an ex-colonial marine too, so like you can kick some ass in this game. I'm expecting, from what we've seen, it does look pretty faithful, at least to the source material, the tech, the dark atmosphere, the scary elements, all that. And look, I say that because we actually haven't played it, but it's been available in VR on PC, PSVR 2, MetaQuest. But now this new version of it, where everybody can play it, is releasing in September. And we're pretty excited to see how it is, finally. Next, over at number 5, we have Into the Unwell. This one kind of flew under the radar back at Summer Games Fest. A lot of other things were announced, and people didn't really mention this one, but I think it's really cool. This is a third-person action roguelike game that you can play with up to 2 friends, but look at this distinctly cartoony style. I absolutely love what they got going on here with this. The combat, the style, the visual effects on screen, and the sense of humor. Obviously, it's based on old cartoons, which is something I absolutely love. But with that, it's kind of also giving me Conker's Bad Fur Day vibes. But I think with
Cuphead
like a
vibe.
cartoon character trying to drag himself out of a bad situation, this has also just got like a unique, charming hook to it. Apparently on Steam, it's going to have a closed beta, and I'm looking forward to signing up to that. Next, over at number 4, we have Fate Keeper. Man, if you didn't catch this trailer that released recently, this game looks absolutely sick. This is a first-person fantasy RPG with just some really, really good visuals. Along with that, it looks like it's got some good, crunchy first-person combat. This isn't just like an Oblivion or Skyrim swinging your sword at stuff. Here, the combat looks really reactive. Not only that, it's also just Unreal Engine 5 as hell. I mean, look at this thing visually. Apparently the game's gonna have like puzzles, actual RPG mechanics, a story, and
Oh, sick. So it's like Oblivion.
but it's all in a
Or Skyrim,
hand world. Of course, is this just gonna be all visuals? Is it gonna be all glitz and no actual substance? We don't know for sure, but we're looking forward to getting our hands on it to really check it out. Apparently, it's coming to early access on PC this winter. Now down at number 3, if you thought Pal World was a good spin on Pokemon, it took that formula and ran with it. Well, it looks like we're getting more games like that with this Tamer Town. Check this out. This is like a Pokemon style town builder. So if you've ever dreamed of building like a, a Pallet Town or Cerulean City or whatever, this could be it. It's got like intuitive town building mechanics, but also Pokemon elements. You're going to be able to build a stadium and battle different creatures.
Oh, look at that.
Legally distinct from Pokemon. Apparently, these creatures that are dubbed Mokatons help you build the city, and it's all strategy. So I love city builders, and I'll welcome any new creative spin on that style of game. With a dash of Pokemon, it could be a match made in heaven, as long as Nintendo doesn't come and sue them. As of right now, it's apparently coming in 2027. Now down at number 2, we're getting even more creative with Frostliner. This is a post-apocalyptic train strategy game made by a very small team, and essentially you're commanding this train, going around trying to get more survivors and resources, and fighting off the harsh elements and maybe some other stuff. If you've played Frostpunk and you're like, man, I wish this was just a train and not a city, this might be your game. If you watched movies like Snowpiercer and you were like, man, I wish this is a game, well, this also might be for you. I think this is just like a match made in video game heaven, and I'm excited to see how far they
I would have never have thought they would have made a game like.
managing your resources, dropping things, building things as you go. I just think this is really cool. As of right now, apparently it's releasing in 2026 for PC. Now down at number 1, check this out. This is End of Abyss. This is being published by Epic Games, and it's actually from a lot of the people behind the Little Nightmares games. So what this essentially is kind of like a sci-fi horror themed Little Nightmares game, but with guns. You're this little diver explorer person, and you're exploring these horrific, dark, creepy environments, making your way through, with some video gamey type elements as well as
Like
some
this.
cinematic horror and weird, creepy boss battles. In a lot of ways, it kind of looks like a smart combination between something like the Little Nightmares games and Inside. I think that's what some players, especially if you like those types of games, like that's definitely what you want to hear. Obviously, this one is still kind of shrouded in some mystery. We've seen a little bit of it behind the scenes, and it does seem pretty cool. It's actually surprisingly challenging. It's apparently coming to PC and the consoles sometime in 2026. But those are 20 upcoming
nice,
games
very
that were
nice.
recently announced that we just think might be pretty cool. Like I said, we had a really big variety of things here. Remakes, anime tie-ins, horror games, indie game, AA games, AAA games like Battlefield 6. So just let us know what you're thinking
That shark
about
one
some
is.
of these recent games. We just wanted to chat about some gaming news with you guys, so let us know anything you think at all. If you like this video, though, and you like just kind of talking games with us every single day, clicking the like button's all you got to do. It helps us out.
At Kroger, you never come. At Kroger.
This is Battlefield 6. It's safe to say I was blown away. For me, it felt like a return to Battlefield. This is Battlefield 6. It's safe to say I was blown away. For me, it felt like a return to Battlefield roots. The audio, environment, the squad work, vehicles, gunplay. I will say my expectations were pretty low, so it's safe to say they've gone above and even beyond on this one. Although, with the beta being free, no pre-orders to get into it, it's open.
Hey guys, shout out to
on beta delivery, and we still have to see
Stone Mountain
how it goes
64.
for launch delivery if
If,
it is what
you guys
they're
haven't already checked
saying and claiming.
There's also still things that need to be ironed out and improved, the shotgun and balancing, but this is so much closer to a true Battlefield experience, at least for me and what I remember.
Haven't already?
Especially more so
Our
from
channel.
2042, the last release, which was literally 3 years ago now, almost 4. So today, I want to give you my honest opinion on the game after putting 3 days into it. A huge thank you to EA for flying me out to that event and letting me get all this early content. But I've also been very outspoken with what my concerns are as a player, although I do typically love these games. But there are a number of concerns for this game. While I was pleasantly surprised, I do have quite a few I'll mention more towards the end of this video, so stick around. But before that, EA also did just drop some massive news for the beta. In the past, only giving us one map, not making any significant changes within it. We're already seeing changes happening here based off of the feedback from that event and what they saw. Time to kill was lightning fast in the event. The teams looked at this and they've balanced damage across the weapons pools, those shotguns. Assault got an unexpected big rework as well. The adrenaline pen, which basically made them a solo self-healer, has been taken away for the healing effect. Now instead, clearing status effects like stuns, as well as giving extra resistance for flashes, enhancing your tolerance to explosives and incendiary damage while still increasing your movement speed. He now has a trait that will help with capturing objectives. You can spawn on him faster. He'll get out of combat quicker. So they're actually upping the team play dynamic. On top of that, now giving the Assault the deploy beacon, or the respawn beacon, which has been renamed, limited to the number of spawns that can happen off of it, but most notably taking something that was exclusive for the Recon class now for the Aggressor, the Assault, the ones that blows holes open in walls. And if you remember, even back in Battlefield 4, this was the medic. You used to have defibs and health that you would put down. The new Assault has 2 weapons with this weapon sling that they can carry an extra with, an Assault ladder that apparently is going to be added in for the beta, all in an effort, though, to make him more of a squad role, which I think is actually awesome. You don't have snipers putting spawn beacons out at the edge of the map or trying to fly a helo up to a specific place and just get the whole team to spawn up there. A divergence, but I kind of think it's going to be good. We'll see. It looks like they're going to put another specialization tree into the Recon class too, which as you play, you'll level up this path. It'll give you more abilities. The Recon at the end gets a UAV, that being the best one that I really saw. But they are going to get another stealth tree added to this as well, making it so you have quieter footsteps. When you go prone, it de-pings you if you're pinged by anybody. And
buying this boat was a total no-brainer.
Oh, no-brainer? If you got a new boat, the smart thing to say.
Pre-downloads are available now. So if you want to get everything set, it was 39-gigabyte file for me. Even if you don't have access to the early access days, at least you'll be able to play on the weekends and can download now. But enough of that. To start, I want to talk about what got me into Battlefield in the first place, which in many ways was the sniping, but it was also the vehicles. And I got to start by talking about jets. I got to put quite a bit of time into these at the event. The first thing that stood out to me was you can now third-person free look in all directions.
Oh,
which makes dogfighting more fun. When you're looking down at the battlefield, more fun. On top of that, we were flying the attack jet, which has made a big improvement from Battlefield 4's experience with. You now actually get to use a boost, the afterburner, dropping the AGM, even from third person by just targeting the ring. Felt incredible. It felt like I was actually putting down airstrikes on the map. And if I had a team that was pinging a little bit more and I had intel off of, which gets me very excited. And they actually have proper controls for this. If you want to barrel roll, the movement in Battlefield's jets felt even better, though, because this is no longer the 2042 movement, which a lot of people were concerned about. You're not hitting the afterburner to give you your max turn speed. No, you have to actually keep the ideal turn speed, which is around 315 miles per hour, or whatever speed reading is in there. That gives you the tightest turn. So you have to slow your speed or increase it based on if you're going up, down, how you're pitching on your turns, which is how it was back in Battlefield 3 and 4. It also means that they're very difficult to use, and I saw
Never
a
knew
lot
that.
of clips from other creators putting the jets right into the wall, as well as the helos, which we'll discuss. My hope for the jets, though, is that they have still a lot of different customization, ways that you could specialize into how you're flying it, which I assume they would, whether it's anti-air, anti-ground, infantry focused, as well as the ability to lock it to first person for potential Portal and custom servers that you could set up, which I would assume Portal has,
Oh,
but
that's
we'll
sick.
see. My first videos of Battlefield, though, were jet tutorials back in BF3. I have loved these for so long, and I gotta give a huge props to audio, too. The audio looked insane, even the way the glass looked as you were looking from the cockpit seat around, the way that the radio says, pull up, it's good. Tanks as well. They've added the ability to grab on and ride on the back of tanks, and it also appeared that you could spawn in on a tank riding on the back, so even if the seats in the tank itself are full, you still have
Oh,
the
that's
driver, which has the main cannon, you have a gunner on the top turret, everybody else riding, at least from the variations that we saw here. I can definitely say tanks still have a major impact in this game. When we were playing on Conquest, as well as certain breakthrough maps we got to see, it was critical that you were taking out the tanks if they were on the opposing side attacking, or that you were supporting your tank in some way. Unfortunately, you got a ton of XP for actually repairing and score for repairing your fellow tanks. There's also still weak spots on the tanks. There's an anti-tank mine as well that's no longer just stationary on the ground that you have to be dumb enough to drive over or just not have spotted. Maybe this is a disadvantage to newer players and advantage to later stage players. Well, now it's kind of like a mini mortar that's off on the side of the map that can kind of be hidden away. So even if you know what you're looking for on the ground, it's not like the old school mines. These will shoot up in the air and actually target the weak spot on the tank or whatever vehicle that it's landing on. With the amount of cover that was also on the maps, it definitely seemed like it was easy enough to flank up, get an angle, and take the tanks out with RPGs, but we'll have to see how this plays in real-time practice. Needless to say, they felt incredibly important still, while also having an
Yeah, that
incredible
looks
sense
havoc.
of immersion, the level of detail. Even when you swap
How
weapons,
you'd even
the
get a
way that
tank.
the tanks animate was super cool. You also couldn't just spin them at infinite speed. If you moved too quickly on the camera, you'd have to wait for the tank to come around and turn, which is great. That and the anti-air looked really cool. The tow missile that you could shoot from the tank, essentially allowing you to steer it, made the tank battle really fun on this. And hopefully there's some fun different customization and ways that you can build these
Liking
tanks
this.
out. Finally, the helicopters. I tried to spend as much time as I possibly could in here. I spent a lot of time practicing Little Birds prior to going out to this. We didn't see that in this gameplay. But as the pilot, you could do some devastating damage, but these were extremely heavy to fly, slow to turn and move. You couldn't bring it too low or you are at risk of getting RPG'd. The rocket pods, essentially, that you were shooting, you would have to tilt down and aim, which kind of brought you into the combat, in addition to having anti-air lock-on missiles that you could utilize. I was able to get quite a few infantry kills, though, considering the short amount of time that I had on there, as well as another enemy helicopter kill that I successfully hit a locked-on missile with and then used the rocket pods to finish it off. They almost seemed like they were guided a little bit at the end. I couldn't read the description for what the actual name or exact features of these were, but it was definitely critical that you had a gunner with you. And while we didn't really see any crazy devastating helicopter footage from the event, I do think these have some potential. I think the bigger difficulty with this, as well as jets, is that it's limited on the map size. This apparently was one of the more medium-sized maps. I think something like Operation Firestorm will play a bit better. They were quite easy to take out with the Stinger, as well as the jet was too. And interestingly, the way that you repair the chopper was you'd have to go back to base at one of these vehicle repair depots that you'd have to land the chopper next to. It would, I believe, refill the ammo as well as the health, which of course you could just
Oh,
use
that's
a repair tool to help with as well. That was a little difficult to actually
That and the other-
land and do. And the jet, you just had to kind of fly low back up the base, and it did not heal much when you were back there. You really kind of wanted to just stay out of combat. But nonetheless, I think realistically, we're going to have to get more time in to see what they're like. Very optimistic, especially just based on the look and the feel of them, though. Before we get to the player combat, I want to talk a bit about the maps as a whole, since I just
No,
touched on
they were
that.
talking
I
about
know
having
there was
problems
a lot of
already with
concerns about them being too small,
speeders.
and in 2042, we kind of went the other way with them being too large, too empty, and also I think it was just a challenge for them to even design maps that were meant for that player count and keeping them intriguing the whole way through. So has Battlefield 6 now found the right balance?
Open so. Open so.
Well, we got to see 4 different maps, which is more than we have ever seen in a beta for Battlefield. And I think the graphics, the detail, the level of destruction within that, the level of cover from every single one of the modes we got to play, felt like they really put a lot of work into each of these, more so than the open areas that we saw in 2042. And while it seemed like a really good start, and it's going to be 9 maps in total for the actual launch of this game, my favorite way to play is the big maps, big conquest, getting into the mix of it all. And I'm not sure if these are going to provide that same feeling. I don't know if that's because they're trying to nail these smaller map sizes modes with squad deathmatch, domination, king of the hill, and some of these modes that would traditionally be more in a respawn shooter of something like COD. They're trying to pull in more players. We've seen them mention they're trying to pull 100 million players on this game, right? Although maybe that has to do with the Battle Royale free to play. We haven't seen any of that yet. The fact that we've already seen this much content just in the beta, and it does play as well as it was, leaves
I'm
me
glad that they're
optimistic
really focusing
for
on
the rest of the maps at launch and
where
what
Battlefield
they decide to drop in
are
DLC to come. Siege of Cairo,
Battle
map
Royale.
set in the cities.
Last time they
It features
that
one major lane down the center of the map,
Battle Royale,
alternate maps around the outskirts of the objectives,
things that
we saw
people
infantry
actually
and tank gameplay being featured. And considering it was 32v32 with tanks on the map, the tanks were also very limited on the routes they could actually take and points they could push. It did feel like there was enough options to try and push the breakthrough point in both the offense and defensive side. Offense pushed it all the way to pretty much the last point. Felt like I had some impactful.
almost like a
across the
fever
board.
dream
I
that
think this was
Battlefield
designed
even
to
did
be
a
a
Battle
survival
Royale.
because obviously there's no air support to help you. Each of the capture points as well had enough places that you could pull cover in different pockets of the objective. Also then knowing that's likely where the enemy is going to be posted up to try and frag them and take them out of it. I think this map actually might be insane for Rush as well, but this is where we saw a lot of the buildings, surfaces falling down, especially at the second point. We also had the Iberian Offensive. This is a map set in Gibraltar, a dense environment filled with small, winding alleyways and buildings everywhere, mainly infantry, but can feature tanks, a lot of small lanes, although no standouts like Cairo, which had kind of the main streets. Now, we mainly only saw this for the small map. I'm not sure if there's a bigger iteration of it, but with how many buildings you could actually go inside of, and then any of the windows that are there, just bust through them with a shotgun or even your knife, cracking them open, blowing open the entire second story. If somebody's hiding in them. For how small the map was, it felt like there was a lot of destruction. And I'm not sure if that's going to be something that's interesting to like your COD player who's coming over to this for domination. I feel like it would be having that level of destruction, seeing a kitchen just get blown apart or that wall that somebody's hiding behind shattered, I think is a super cool extra layer of gameplay, but this felt the most kind of like a COD map from what I played, at least for that size and domination. Next was Liberation Peak. Now, this was my favorite map. Again, maybe because I'm biased towards the large map. This is where we saw the tanks, the jets, and the helicopters for the preview. But even on the breakthrough map, which didn't include any vehicles, that's where I mainly was out sniping. This was one of my favorites. Set in Tajikistan, snowy mountainside that as you're flying the jets through, you get to enjoy all the landscapes for. This was described to me by one of the lead developers as the larger side of the medium maps that are featured in this game. Definitely the largest that we saw within this beta, and felt the closest to that true Battlefield 3 and 4 experience to me. It was
Man, if that was a
I
meeting,
was flying out in the distance to come back and see this very small slice
excited to
of
see
the actual
larger
map
map.
that's playable, but even being able to, as a foot soldier infantry, climb up the mountain in the middle of the map, as well as pushing the objective on breakthrough, what I imagine will be a similar format for Rush, having different avenues on the low side of the hill to sneak your way through, or even taking the high side, using smokes to make it from the kind of rock cover to rock cover. Had some great line of sights for snipers, as well as still routes for engineers with their submachine guns to work their way through. So while it felt dynamic enough, and I'm sure we're going to get a big map gameplay from Firestorm, I don't know if this is going to really still fulfill that big map expectation that a lot of people are going to have for Battlefield. We'll have to see what else they're cooking up, because the final map here that we saw was Empire State. This map is set in Brooklyn, New York, was infantry only. A lot of creators' actual favorite map from the event, even for the Conquest, still had 5 points on it. Still quite large, very visually appealing. Even the exteriors of the maps, seeing the bridge, seeing the war going on out there, but again, still nailing the destruction. I saw a clip of this after the event, but shooting the bridge that's connecting the two buildings will actually crumble the entire thing down, which is actually above an objective. So you could even kill enemies that are capturing the objective down below if you've got some C4 set up, bring the whole thing down, send a rocket off from the distance. And whether you're scaling the scaffolding that's on the exterior of the building or the different alleyways inside of the building, there is areas that were tight, stairwells, large open areas. I even saw an ascender on this map, which I noticed you could go up, and it seemed like you could still shoot kind of just like attached to your hip while you're going up. It was very quick and fluid to use them. Seemed good. It felt like all of the maps in their own right were distinct, and maybe that was what they were hoping to showcase off of it. We didn't see any like forests.
That should be interesting. Forest maps or like
we saw
water
a
in
short tease of what looked like Los Angeles from the Battle Royale setting map that's going to be coming. But I will say, in each of them, it felt like destruction was massively impactful. I was worried that it was just going to be only certain locations that were kind of more scripted to occur. But while there is some protected areas, especially for objectives like metal containers that you seemingly couldn't destroy, there was more than enough destruction and buildings collapsing, at least from what I saw, to where it looked very exciting. Even the tease that we saw for Operation Firestorm, which was, of course, originally a Battlefield 3 map, had some additional gas canisters that were massive, that looked like could explode in an insane way, at least from the trailer. That looks even cooler. Maroc Valley, it looks like it's going to be one of the other large maps that's going to be releasing. New Sobek City is a new map coming on launch, as well, that features infantry, tanks, and helicopters. So I think my biggest concern on the maps front is, will we see enough of the large scale that a lot of us are looking forward to? Maybe more maps even besides Firestorm will have jets that with a runway where they get to take off. That map will have that. Also to note on the maps, the UI is now 3D, which was a feature back in Bad Company 2 that most players seemed to really like. It seemed like it didn't have a ton of textures and details with that 3D map, but it still seemed very Battlefield-esque to me, with that top-down, seeing where the actual team and team utility is. One thing we also have to talk about while on the topic of maps is the audio. A lot of people mentioned that was amazing, especially from flying the jets, even the subtle details of the radio while you're in the jet whizzing past you when you're on the ground, RPGs flying past you. There was some complaints of not being able to hear footsteps, which I kind of understand in the giant scale of all of the explosions and everything going on. But I do have to say, there was numerous times within the event that I said, oh, I hear footsteps on this. And I look over in the direction that I'm expecting it, and the player is right there. It seemed like it was definitely prioritizing enemy footsteps over your own teams. The only time I really noticed my teammates' footsteps was if we were isolated out somewhere and they were running with me. But I do think the audio was a very strong point for them, both for the sake of immersion as well as understanding what's going on. And I think the more time we get in it, the more we'll realize what each of those sound cues mean. Even the announcer yelling things at you, tank spotted to your east, or whatever he was trying to help you with, was really nice. Now, back to the combat and kind of gunplay. I introed my stream and videos talking about the movement. The high-level opinion that I have on this is that it's not as insane as something like omnidirectional movement in Call of Duty. It's definitely a step down from that. I personally find that to be a good thing. I think a lot of the more old-school players, maybe you haven't played these types of games for a while, will have a bit of a learning curve to get up to that step of movement. But I think it's a much better direction than what was in the game back from Battlefield 3 and 4, where you would jump and literally be able to serpentine in the air. If you guys remember playing that, you would try and jump and then move around the corner while you're in the air. It made no sense. They changed that, I believe, with Battlefield 1 and 5, where now you jump and you have actual momentum, so you turn in the air. I like that they've kept this. It goes a bit more with realism and really just what you would kind of expect intuitively playing a game. Sliding has also been in the last couple of Battlefields. The extension with it in this case is you can now jump into a slide, which I thought felt phenomenal. I really liked that. It wasn't too long of a slide. You could still aim and shoot while you were sliding, although it was difficult to pull off, and because it wasn't a long slide, I didn't think it was too crazy. The crazier element being that you could jump out of the slide for kind of a little extra propelling of your character. But I like being able to have full control of my character and do what I would expect it to do. And I think they're still restricting enough to where there's no tack sprinting in the game, right? If you're running, you just are running or you're walking. Whereas, for example, in 2042, it was called traversal sprint, where you would hit sprint once to start running and sprint again to really go into fast sprint mode. They've gotten rid of that. Maybe it'll be something
Darn.
that's available in Portal. I don't know. It does feel like the base run speed is quite quick, and some people were concerned that it's too fast. I think a big part of that, though, is that now we're playing with wider FOVs, so it just looks like you're running faster, even though you're not necessarily. But you can't do things like drop shots. If you do want to dive to prone, you're really just making the transition to prone and locking your character during that window, which is technically faster to get to and will make more sense, but you're not flying through the air again, akin to something like Omni movement. You're not also going to be able to run at full speed sideways, strafing, and run full speed backwards. You still move at a relatively slower speed when doing that. Not all the way up to Omni movement, but a nice step down that I think makes more sense. Crouch sprint, I also thought is a really cool addition. The way that they have it in the settings too. If you're already crouched and try to hit sprint, you can set it so it keeps you crouched and you start sprinting, or by default, the way I was playing it, it would stand you up and you'd start running. So you kind of had to be intentional to go into that. The main purpose of being crouched or prone to avoid the motion sensors that snipers have, the tug system, or whatever they're calling it in this one. And I've always felt like mantling in this game is a little weird feeling, where it's always kind of throwing you into animations to jump over stuff. It felt a little better in this. Maybe it was because some of it was more limited, but anything that it looked like you could mantle on, you could pretty much mantle on. Meaning, if there's something that you can jump onto at this height, at any
A lot
point,
better
you
than the
jump off an edge and it's up to like
in the
chest level,
previous
you can
game.
grab on and mantle up. I wasn't running
Sitting
into
there for like a whole 3
invisible
seconds.
walls of like, no, you just can't jump over this wall, even though it looks like you could, and you could mantle over this thing that was higher over here, but this one's lower. You can't go over there. It seemed to just be very freeing. And while you could kind of backwards dive onto your back supine, you couldn't spin around supine. So if you were already on your belly, you stayed on your belly spinning around. It didn't kind of flip you over onto your back. It did seem like it was quite easy to hide in yourself or look like a dead body if you did just drop onto your back, but once you moved off of it, it was a little more obvious.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming.
I also heard that if you pulled your knife out, it allowed you to run faster, which I did not get to try. And I think that's actually kind of a good alternative to doing a traversal sprint, because then if you do want to move quickly, you're obviously going to come at a cost because you're not going to have a weapon to even shoot with if you get caught sprinting with your knife. You can also peek and lean in this. So if you go up to a door frame or a wall and you get right up next to it, when you hold down aim down sight, you'll actually peek over and go for the aim. Same thing if you're up against a ledge, you'll crouch, your weapon will be in front of it, and you'll come up and look over, of course exposing your body because bullets actually come out of the weapon barrel rather than your eyes in this game as well. And there is mounting, which you can mount the weapon on the door frame, on a ledge, and if you even have a bipod on the weapon, you could even just mount it on the ground or any surface. They also added the option to roll, so as you land, if you hit jump button, you'll go into a roll animation, which you can also turn off, but it reduces the fall damage of when you're coming down. It's a little jarring because, you know, it changes your whole camera and it rolls, but I think that's actually a pretty decent trade-off if it does break enough fall damage that you're locked in an animation. You can't really see what's going on for a short period of time, which reduce the fall damage. The classes as well got a pretty big rework this time while still being familiar. You know, your recon being the sniper, engineer with the rockets, taking down the vehicles, repairing stuff. The biggest changes being support is now all ammo and meds. If you run up to the support, you can grab health off of them, although not ammo. They now have the light machine guns, can put down cover for the team. They have the defibs. It feels like that class overall got a very more purpose to it. But of course, that took the defibs and the medic role away from Assault. Assault was previously the medic. Now they have 2 weapons that they can carry with the gunsling. That adrenaline pen no longer being able to heal you is going to require you to work with your team more, controlling the spawns by putting the spawn beacon down, having a ladder, having a grenade launcher to open up holes in the wall. I feel like each of the classes does have a very unique role to where even when I was playing it, I felt torn of like, oh, do I want to play this? What do I need right now for the situation? What does it feel like we're lacking? Which is really cool to need again. Each one felt like they were extremely important to the game and you would want them on your team. Likely some people will just have something that they main, but if you want to switch it up from the day-to-day of what your role is, of what you're playing, or the game mode that you're on, I think this really helps. I think I'll save the argument between closed and open weapons, essentially limiting the signature weapon. See what happens at launch for this game. But to also deliver all of that with really no performance issues, playing on the highest setting of graphics, I didn't change anything, playing 1440p, it was impressive. So then, okay, what other concerns do I have? Or what needs to be improved off of this? Because clearly I'm hyped, I'm interested, we're excited. What scares me? Well, to that point, we do have to see this thing actually come out and have it deliver on what it's saying it has. I think one of the big concerns right now is the cosmetics. We saw that if you purchase the Phantom High Edition of the game, there are black outfits with red trim on them. I've heard this will only be accessible if it's on the NATO side, the Pax Armada. Maybe you have to get different cosmetics for. Could be a problem if it's the same ones on both sides, not being able to differentiate. I already suck at differentiating, let alone the classes, which side we're on, especially for hardcore. I rely a lot on the UI for me. Nonetheless, they've said that they're not going to go down the route of adding all of this goofy stuff. They're going to keep it within the cosmetics and the sense of the proper universe that it's within, which is great. I know it's tempting for them to add these other things because they make so much money off of the goofy stuff. Of course, there's going to be battle passes in the game and most likely a store to buy more cosmetics from. And from what I've seen, it does look like it will fit the universe that it's in. But over time, that's going to get more difficult to come up with ideas that fit within it. Another big concern is the Battle Royale. There is one coming in. It's going to be tested in labs. Is this going to be something that pulls resources from the main Battlefield that if I'm going to play Battlefield, I want new maps every month. Not just one. I want multiple. I want tons of content. For me to really enjoy a respawn shooter, like a lot of it comes down to incredible maps, incredible new experiences, seeing destruction in new ways. And maybe that will come just from having the portal mode. But that's not as reliable as what they can create for us. And I think this is always a concern for games, as we've already seen how it affects Call of Duty, where sometimes we get a season and there might be a ton of content for Zombies this season and nothing for Rebirth Island and the Resurgence. But there's something for Big Map, Battle Royale, but not Little Map. And there's the potential for too many split audiences that it then becomes difficult to satisfy all of those audiences at the pace that each of them would want to be satisfied. We also haven't heard anything really about the progression in this game yet. Now, Battlefield 4 had this weird system with cases you'd have to open, and the staple for a lot of these games is to just get enough kills, get enough XP with them. I kind of want something new or refreshing with it. I even personally really liked how Delta Force did their progression, where you could use one weapon to level it up, and as you got these tokens, you could spend them to level up another weapon. If you don't want to grind your DMRs the whole time, but you want to get it to the max level to get all the attachments, so you can use a weapon with attachments rather than no attachments. It's very frustrating to grind a lot of these weapons. I feel like we need a more interesting system. And of course, what we played was just everything already unlocked, which was great to play with, but we're going to have to unlock those most likely. This is where, for example, Battlefront 2 fell apart. I got to see that game early in a great state, and then it came out and you had to do full pay to win. I don't think they're going to do that again. I think they learned their lesson on that. It'd be pretty much impossible not to, but nonetheless, I always liked the idea of wagers. I loved that to unlock camos back in Black Ops 1.
I hope that it's
You'd earn
not.
points, get currency, and you can go into
That would
wager
suck.
matches against other players to exponentially increase your rate of unlock. I don't know if they'd ever do anything like that here, but nonetheless, I'd love some innovation or something more interesting for the progression. I am concerned with the volume of content that they're going to be producing.
Well, I
Not
do
only
think
with
after
maps,
this
but the attachments that they would put for weapons, the number of weapons. We're going to have 40 weapons at launch, which is pretty
video,
cool.
I'm gonna head out.
But I will say, typically, when a Battlefield comes out, they then abandon the game for a couple of months after it comes out. Or they're spending all that time repairing the game because it came out in a state that it's not done. Which is why you hear so many people saying, don't pre-order, right? It was also very interesting that it seemed like headshots were not a very big deal in this game. The damage multiplier was like 1.3 times, unless you put a damage multiplier for headshots that only some weapons had, like a certain AK, certain LMG, that also then cost a lot of your customization points. So really, it took the same amount of shots to kill for a lot of weapons for a headshot and a body shot. which maybe that makes the game a little bit too easy. Maybe it makes it more friendly, but nonetheless could be a concern. I do think there is the potential to split the community between the locked and unlocked weapons for classes and how many playlists they're intending to have on top of also having Portal with
Sorry, guys, I was
multiple
just checking to
servers
see
that
if,
theoretically could have. But
hear
I'm
myself in
less
the
concerned on
stuff.
this because it's not that many people that you do need to fill some of these modes, especially something like a TDM 16 players. For some regions, actually, this could be a problem, especially split across so many. But because this isn't really a competitive game, you're not going in to necessarily be ranked #1 on the leaderboards, which they have had leaderboards in the past. Maybe that's something that returns. I do think it would be kind of cool, but you're at least not grinding like a ranked playlist. A lot of times, this is just more casual, fun, play different experiences that it has to offer. We'll see how big of a deal it is. There's definitely a potential concern for the movement, them not being able to find the right balance that everybody likes, and that's going to depend on who they're catering to, whether it is the Call of Duty player that's coming over. Maybe they want more movement tech versus the Battlefield guy who maybe is already upset with the level of movement that's in the game, to what I discussed earlier. And my biggest point is less of a physics sandbox. Being in the past, when you had enough C4 stacked up for a massive explosion, if you put a tank on top of that, or you put a Jeep on top of that, that bad boy's launching across the entire map. And you could even send your teammate on it because there's no friendly fire, and then he could shoot that RPG out at the sky to try and snipe out another helo or be a bombing strike on an objective. You can't do that anymore. That was something I was really hoping to see. You can put C4 on the Jeep and drive it and ghost ride it in, blow it up. Sure, secretly, maybe not so secretly, I wanted to launch some Jeeps across the map again. Obviously, a longer video and a ton of points to cover, and I didn't even cover everything. We talked for hours on stream, but I wanted to put together a solid video discussing it and give you guys opportunity to drop some comments. I'm going to read through them all. The ultimate next checkpoint, though, that I got to follow up with you guys is after the open beta. Tell me what you guys think playing it yourself. How does it feel compared to what you saw on it? And we're going to see if this is even a smooth launch for the beta. But it seems like they're just getting started, and we could have something crazy on our hands. And we'll watch this video back a year from now and see how it turned out. That's for this one, though.
Well, guys, thank you again for sticking around and watching. Go give this guy a sub, Mountain. Yeah, same with Game Rank. Till next time, guys. I head out now. Rest. But until then,